first thing I'll talk about is we have an arrest warrant for Benjamin M. Sire, age 41, date of birth 3/8/1971, for 4 counts of abuse of a corpse and 4 counts of theft by deception. Specifically, the first count for abuse is well, there's 4 deceased persons. The first one's Rosa Kleinhaus, age 76, died December 20th of last year. Mr. Sire's capacity with the Gundel Funeral Home accepted $5,047 in payment for cremation and services. I'm sorry to report that the police last night found her body in a box in the basement of the Gundel Funeral Home in Conestoga in a state of decomposition, just in the basement there. The next victim was M. Elizabeth Zug, age 97, from December the 26th of last year. In that case, Mr. Sire accepted payment for cremation of $4,234. Her body was found also yesterday in some type of small cooling unit in a state of advanced decomposition. Yesterday, in this particular case, it's even more disturbing because funeral services took place and the family was provided with an urn. Obviously, her remains were not in that urn. That urn was interred without the family viewing it. So we'll follow up with that. The third person involved, you've heard of before. Unfortunately, in the tragic news of her murder of January the 12th, is Renisha Knight, 2 years old, homicide victim. He accepted payment for cremation, $400 from the family. Her body was found in a state of decomposition, obviously in the same place, in the basement of the funeral home in Conestoga. Sandra Hotchkiss, age 71, January the 21st of this year, again accepted payment for that cremation, $2,000, and the body was also found in the basement of the funeral home, again all of them in a state of decomposition and obviously disturbing circumstances. The Kleinhaus case was a pre-planned payment in which she had actually arranged to pay for her funeral with Mr. Sire and the insurance company. I mentioned the urn for the Zug situation. We do have the warrant for his arrest for these charges. He is not in custody. He has not been in contact with us. We have attempted to reach out to him. His whereabouts are unknown to us at this point in time. We encourage him to turn himself in. At this point, for the good of everybody, he is presumed innocent, and he will obviously be treated fairly by us and in the justice system as well. I would caution that citizens that, from our understanding, he does have access to firearms. I do not want anybody to try to take him into custody and apprehend him yourself. I would take a special note to the family members of the 4 lost loved ones that I just mentioned. Emotions are certainly, I'm sure, running high for you at this point in time due to the actions and disgusting actions of Mr. Sire. Do not do anything rash. Do not try to take justice into your hands and compound matters, although I can understand the human temptation to do that. We do not want this to go any further than it is. It needs to end now. And Mr. Sire, if you're watching this, you need to end this and you need to come in and answer for what you've done. Associates and friends, family members of him, if you know where he is, if you're in contact with him, we urge you to urge him to turn himself in. As I said, you can assure him he will be treated fairly. We are interested in talking to friends and family as well as him. It's very clear to us we have these charges there will be more charges. Without question, this is going to get much bigger, and particularly in the financial realm. We hope that that's the end of the bodies, but I can't say that it is. Obviously, this is staggeringly reprehensible. It's hard to conceive of something like this. The family members of these people who passed away put their trust in him. You put the trust in the funeral home that your loved one will be taken care of with honor, with dignity, with respect, and empathy due to their lives as they pass on and help the families in a terrible time. And instead, what they received is, and what we've had to inform them of today, are these indignities. And unfortunately, it's easier for me to describe them just in words without having to see them. Like I said, it's difficult to conceive of anybody treating people like this, particularly ones in the business of trust and taking care of the deceased.